Hey, Joseph here, and today I want to talk to you about accidents on Turo. So many hosts consider accidents a big part of the game for winning. I want to talk to you about accidents in the context of getting your car back on the road, getting the right quotes, just minimizing their impact to your business because I don't believe that it's a fun game to take your assets, maybe six-figure assets, and bring them to the table for chance in hopes of skimming a couple of bucks off a settlement. But if you do have an accident, this is what you should do. Obviously, you have to be taking your before and after pictures because something may not be covered if there are not pictures. However, you may be covered beyond the 24-hour grace period, especially if you are a power host or you've had a lot of trips. Certainly, because you missed something, do not hesitate to call it in. I've experienced coverage beyond the window. So first things first, I recommend taking the car right to your collision specialist of choice, and you should have a relationship with this person. You should not be going to a Mako when you need it. This should be someone who's on your speed dial and you're on their speed dial because you're going to have to work with them closely. Let them take the pictures and submit the pictures to Turo because they'll get photos that show the full extent of the damage. At that point, Turo is going to issue you an initial amount, which is based on surface level findings and probably won't nearly cover the damage, and you'll have to eat your own deductible. Your shop will then have the assessor, and they'll submit a supplement which details other parts and services that need to be performed, and then Turo will issue either you or your shop a final payment. So what some hosts do is they find a little bit of excess in that. They work with their shop. Perhaps the shop can save labor by using a used part or using a different procedure to fix something. And especially if you own the car, that's your asset, that's your prerogative. So you are able to take the full-blown settlement, then negotiate with the shop and keep the difference. And I don't believe that violates any of Turo's terms of service. But again, I don't think it's a super slick strategy is getting your cars into accidents because they do show up on Carfax if the police are notified, and they will impact the value of your vehicle. In some states, when you get into an accident, you can sue for diminished value and loss of use. New York, which is my home state, you really don't get loss of use, and diminished value, usually the burden of proof has to do with classics. It's kind of a big deal to prove DV on a car. So that might take you back to dealing with your body shop and taking a little less of a repair and pocketing a little bit of money. At any rate, I want to do an experience share now. I had a few of these last year. I had my Maserati was left in Times Square on New Year's, and looks like somebody, like literally with an iron fist, punched a hole in the left rear quarter panel. That was a one-for-one repair. My body shop was able to absorb my $2,500 deductible because I believe they had some extra spare parts or some paint that was pre-mixed from another collision. They were able to cut some of the costs, so I didn't go out of pocket, but I didn't make. That did not end up on the Carfax. It was just, that was an injury sitting still, vandalism. I had some poor kid, first time out on Turo, probably 19 or 20, run over a garbage can lid in my Bentley Continental GT, and the front bumper was shattered, came right off. With the supplements and the headlight and the affected things, that repair bill came to about $28,000. The garage again saved some time and while they were performing the repair, and they were able to fix my front suspension, which had some costly work that needed to be done. I don't think it was a strut. I think it was maybe some control arms and alignment, a few $1,000. So that got done rather well. And then I had an Aston Martin where the car came back with a profound knocking noise, We looked at the trip analytics. We found that it was driven like race car driven. This is a sedan, mind you. It was race car driven. And ultimately, we were able to, the car subsequently stopped working, and they were able to total the car related to Turo damage. And so I got paid out a pretty good, a pretty good found value for that car. So did I win with claims? I mean, the sum of the claims winnings, as you saw, was about maybe 30,000, which, if you look at my overall Turo income, gross, Turo and out of Turo, was significant, because that's, that would be like a 30%. 30% of that 100K came from those claims. But a lot of it was pure chance, getting a good value on the Aston Martin. I think Turo does not really know how to do valuation on high-end cars, especially old and one-off, and so they're generous. You can't expect that. Sometimes you're going to be underwater. So moral of the story is, let your body shop deal with this in its entirety. Have a good relationship with your body shop. And of course, don't rely on these claims to make a portion of your earnings. You're better off not. You're better off, maybe not financially, but for the faint of heart, you're better off keeping your car on the road. If you have questions about claims or body shops, how to find a good body shop, how to negotiate with a body shop, how to create rapport with your body shop and find really another partner in them, which is what they are, DM me. I'm happy to talk to you about my experience with the good, the bad, and the ugly of body shops, which should probably be another video. That's all for now, folks. Take care and enjoy.